Hi Swifty, hello. How are you doing? Hello, hi guys. I'm Coach Haki from MasterMaths. Today we're actually doing a free live stream whereby we will actually be doing a revision on the WA2 topics, okay, for our O level students. Alright, we'll be covering a few topics today. We'll be covering set notation. We will be covering a bit of statistics, okay, mean, mode, median, and we will also be looking at a little bit of probability as well. Alright, hi guys, those of you who have arrived, I'm Coach Hakim from MasterMaths. Okay, today we are actually going to do a little bit of sharing. We're actually going to revise the O level WA2 topics. So we're looking at some topics on statistics, we are looking at probability, we're looking at set notation. So if you are here, can you guys please spam the like button? Okay, we're actually going to start quite soon, in about 5-10 minutes time, and we'll actually be going through the WA2 topics. Alright, so we are going to do a sharing on the WA2 topics, namely the statistics. We are going to look at probability as well, and also set notation. Okay, so these are the topics that we will be working on for today. Alright, so hi guys, if you are here, can you guys share this live stream with your friends? We are actually targeting the O level students. This is actually a revision for the O level students. Alright, so if you are here, I'm going to start my, the pin. Can you guys see the pin? It's 54809. Are you able to see the pin? Oh, I think I know why. I think, let me just, I think it's better now, right? Yeah, the pin for the game is 54809. Okay, yeah, give this a try. Yeah, we're actually going through the Sec 4 topics because we are actually preparing our O level students for their WA2. Okay, we are looking at statistics, okay, mean, mode, median. Some of you might have learned this in Sec 2. We'll also be going through set notation and also a bit of probability. Okay, so these are the few topics that we're going to go through today. Okay, if you are here, can you guys spam the like button while waiting for the others to arrive? Okay, thank you for sharing. And then can you guys also share this with as many people as possible so that more people benefit from this live stream? Okay, so yep. How are you guys doing? Fabulous Rhino, Silly Lobster, Mountain Cheetah, Helpful Dove. If you don't mind, can you guys share with me? Which school are you from? Okay, now instead of, on top of that, we will also be playing for a $10 voucher. Alright, so the winner of this Kahoot challenge, right, you will actually be giving away a $10 voucher, popular voucher. I don't have one with me right now. Let me see if I'm able to get a sample in front of me. But we will be giving away a $10 voucher to the winner of this Kahoot challenge. Okay, so hi guys, I'm Coach Hakim from MasterMaths. Okay, if you are here, right, can you guys share this live with as many people as possible? Alright, because we are targeting the O level students. We want to do a revision, okay, on the WA2 topics, namely set notation, probability, as well as statistics as well. So these are the topics that we are going to go through. Yeah, no worries, Ryan. Good. I like your spirit. You're only Sec 1 and you want to try. That's nice. Can you share this with as many friends as you have? Okay, maybe they ask them to share with their siblings as well who are in Sec 4, Sec 5. P5 also can join. No worries. Thank you so much, Ryan, for sharing. Really appreciate it. Working adult also can, no worries. You can just join us. Wow, Ryan, thank you so much for sharing this live. Really appreciate it. Okay, can you guys also share this live with as many people as you can? Alright, so hi, just a quick introduction one more time. I'm Coach Hakim from MasterMaths, and today we're actually going to do a live stream. We'll be doing a revision on the WA2 topics for the O-level students. The pin number is 54809. Oh, I think it's a bit small. How come it keeps getting smaller? Okay, can you guys see the pin? Okay, it's actually 54809. Okay, let me see if I can adjust this nicely. Okay, thank you so much for sharing, guys. Okay, 54809, that's the pin for our game. Alright, and we will be starting very soon, but we need more numbers, guys. We need more people to come in. Alright, so can you guys please share this live with as many people as you can? Alright, we want to be going through a revision on the Sec 4 topics. Alright, namely your set notation, probability, as well as statistics. Okay, alright, so if you haven't joined us in the game, quickly join us. The pin number is 54809, 54,809. And we will be playing for a $10 popular voucher. Alright, so the winner of this Kahoot challenge, you guys will be, we will actually be posting to you a $10 popular voucher. So please get your friends to join us. We'll be starting very, very soon. Okay, the pin number, as you can see, is 54809. We will be starting soon, guys. Alright, so please spam the like button and share this with as many people as you can, so that more people will benefit from this sharing. Okay, it's a free live stream. We are going through the Sec 4 topics, and yeah, wow, suddenly we got an influx of people joining. That's nice. Wow. Okay, that's nice. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, hi everyone. Just a quick introduction. I'm Coach Hakim from MasterMaths. Okay, we actually have we're actually a tuition center, math tuition center generally. Okay, but today we're going to do a live stream on the O-level topics. Okay, we are looking at 3 O-level topics. This is to help our O-level students prepare for their WA2. Alright, so the topics that we're going to look at will be the statistics. We'll be looking at probability and also set notation. These are the 3 topics that we will be sharing, that we'll be going through today. Alright, thank you so much for sharing the live. I'll be starting in about 2 minutes. Okay, those of you who are here, okay, we'll be starting very soon. Okay, hi guys, those of you who just arrived, I'm Coach Hakim from MasterMaths, and today we'll be doing a revision on the Sec 4 topics. Okay, so it's to help our O-level students prepare for their WA2. Alright, I know WA2 is around the corner. Hello, hi Lovey. Alright, and yeah, so if you are here, please share this live with as many people as you can. I'm going to start very soon. Thank you so much for following us. Okay, so in about 2 minutes, let's start. Okay, those of you who... Thank you so much. Okay, if you want me to start, guys, can you guys type in the chat? Let's start, then I'll start. Okay, those of you who are here, okay, hi, I'm Coach Hakim. We're going to start very soon. If you're still not in the game, you can join us now. Okay, we have at the moment 38 participants. Alright, so you feel free to join us now. We are playing for a $10 Kahoot voucher. Sorry, not Kahoot voucher, $10 popular voucher. Okay, yeah, the winner of the Kahoot game will be actually be posting out a $10 popular voucher. Okay, so the topics that we're going through today is set notation. We'll be going through statistics as well as probability. Alright, so let's start. Thank you so much for sharing the live. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so let's get to the game. Thank you so much for sharing the live. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Okay, are you guys ready? We're going to start very soon. Okay, hi, one more time, well, a last introduction before we start the game. I'm Coach Hakim from MasterMaths, and today we are going to do a revision on the WA2 topics for our O-level students. Okay, we are going to look at statistics, we are going to look at probability, and also set notation. These are the three topics that we're going to go through. Okay, so we'll be playing for, okay, so the big idea is to actually learn something, okay, prepare you guys for your O-level WA2, and at the same time also, okay, as a side quest, we'll be playing for a $10 popular voucher. Okay, so the winner, only one winner, every week we're giving away one popular voucher for the winner of this Kahoot game. Okay, so I'll be starting very soon. For those of you who are not here yet, you can join us. Okay, the pin is 54809. The pin is 54809. Okay, can you guys see the pin below? Maybe let me raise this up a little bit. Okay, can you guys see the pin now? Okay, the pin is 54809. Okay, let's go. Are you guys ready? I'm going to press the start button in about 3 seconds. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Let's go, guys. Okay, the first question. Now, there are 5 integers, and we are told that the mean of these integers is 16. Okay, the mode is 13. And the range is 7. Now, we're asked to find the 5 integers there. Okay? Now, yeah. Okay, those of you who haven't joined, you can join us in the game. It is, the game pin is 54809. It's right at the bottom. Okay, let me just, if you see if I can pin the comment. Okay, so you're supposed to come up with the 5 numbers, okay, that fulfill all this condition. Okay, the mean is 16. Okay, from there, from the mean, you can find the total, right? Now, knowing that the mode is 13, you can also find out that, you also know that there will be definitely more than one 13. So there will be at least 2 13s. Okay, the range is 7. Range refers to the difference between the maximum or the largest and the minimum and the lowest. Okay, the range is actually the difference between the largest and the lowest. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much guys for sharing the live. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, so there are actually 2 correct answers out of these 4 options, right? We actually have a few 2 correct answers. Yeah, okay, those of you who chose the blue one and the yellow one and the green one, those are the correct answers. Okay, I will explain the answers later after we have completed all the questions in our Kahoot challenge. Right, so we will finish up the challenge first, and then after that we'll move on to the explanation later. All right, so let's take a look at the scoreboard. All right, now at the moment we have Smiling Goose as top position, then we have Agile Bear, but it's only one game, so let's take a look at how things are going to change after this. Okay, hi guys, those of you who haven't joined us, you can join us. The game pin is 54809. Okay, we are on Kahoot and the game pin is 54809. Do join us. Okay, it's just the first question. We have 10 more to go. All right, are you guys ready for the next one? Okay, let's take a look at the next question. Okay, question number 2. Now you have the shaded region there, and you are asked to actually use set notation to describe the shaded region. Okay, so which one of these options, right, actually gives us the correct description of the shaded region? Okay, 9 of you have already answered this question. That's nice. Okay, you have half a minute to go, 30 seconds. Okay, so they are referring to the shaded region, guys, not the unshaded part. But what you can do is to probably look at the unshaded first and ask yourself, how would you describe the unshaded part? Then use the complementary approach, right, to figure out the shaded part. You can do that as well. Okay. Wow. Okay. So the correct answer is actually the yellow one. I'll explain to you why in a while. Okay. But yeah, all the explanation will come at the end. We'll finish up the questions first, and then after that we will look into the we will look into the explanation. Okay, so let's move on to the next question first. But before that, let's take a look. Wow, okay, we have diplomat legend suddenly rise up from nowhere. So I think there's a lot of changes at the moment. And then there's this what? Prairie Wildcat is the highest climber up 12 places. Well, let's take a look at what's going to happen in the next few questions. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. Are you guys ready for the third question? Let's go. Okay, question number 3. Okay, we're asked to list the elements of P complement intersect Q. Okay, so this is the description of the universal set, the set P and the set Q. Set P is made up of prime numbers and set Q is made up of factors of 20. Now remember, this P and Q must come, the elements of P and Q must come from your universal set. And pay attention to the universal set. It is only from 3 to less than 13. Now X must be less than 13. So 13 is not included. Okay, so which ones of these answers here actually will be the elements of the set P complement intersect Q? Okay, hi, thank you Kay and Lovey for sharing the live. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, you have about 30 seconds left. Thank you so much, Kay, for sharing the live. Really appreciate it. Hi, those of you who just arrived, I'm Coach Hakim from MasterMaths. Today we're actually going through a revision for our O-level students. We're looking at the WA2 topics, set notation, probability, and statistics as well. Okay, now the correct answer is the first one, 4 and 10. Okay, like I said, explanation will be done later. Let's go through the answer. Let's go through all the questions first. Okay, I'll explain to you once we have covered all the questions in the Kahoot challenge. All right, so let's take a look at the leaderboard first. Any changes? Wow. All right, so there's a lot of changes at the moment now because it's just the first few questions. Okay, so if your name is not up there, you still can make it. You can still win our Kahoot challenge because we still have another 10 more questions if I remember correctly. Sorry, not 10. I think about 9 more questions after this. Okay, so let's take a look at the next question. Are you guys ready for the next one? Okay, question number 4. Okay, so you are supposed to fill in the blank there, guys. Okay, so can you fill in the blank with the correct notation? Okay, is it the red one, the blue one, the yellow, or the green? All right, the context is given in the picture there. The universal set contains number from 1 to 20. The set A is made up of prime numbers, and the set B are factors of 15. Thank you so much, Nabil, for sharing the live. Salute to you, Nabil. Thanks, Nabil. Okay, so you're supposed to fill in the blank, guys. The blank in between 8 and A, right? What should we fill up? Okay, should we fill up with the notation, the red notation, or the blue one, or the yellow one, or the green one? Thank you so much, Nabil, for your constant and consistent sharing. Thank you so much for the like. Thank you so much, Lovey, also for sharing. Okay, the correct one is the blue one. Okay, I'll explain to you why in a while. Okay, the next question, question 5, right, is a bit similar to question 4. It's the same context, just that there's a little bit of difference. Okay, let's take a look at the next question. But before that, let's look at the leaderboard. Any changes to the leaderboard? Wow, things are getting more stable right now. The top, not much difference. We have Smiling Goose now reaching top 5. Okay, but I think it's still very open because we have a lot more questions. I think there's another 7 questions if I remember correctly. Okay, so let's take a look at the next question. You guys ready for the next one? Okay, so now question number 5, we are supposed to actually, sorry, I think the B is not supposed to be below, it's supposed to be at the side. So you're supposed to again fill up the notation between the set 15 and the set B. Okay, what should we actually put between the set 15 and the set B? Should it be the red, blue, yellow, or green notations there? Okay, same context. We're looking at the same context here whereby the universal set is still from 1 to 20. The set A are made up of prime numbers and the set B are made up of factors of 15. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing the live. Thank you. Hi, Ning Hong. Thank you so much for following us as well. Really appreciate it. Okay, so what should we fill up in between the set 15 and B? Okay, a few more seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, yep, the correct answer is actually the green one. Okay, like I said, explanation will be later. Alright, we'll just do all the questions first and share with you who won the Kahoot challenge before we go through the mathematical explanation. Okay, so again, it looks more stable now. Just now there was so much movements right just now. Okay, but at the moment now we have more stability at the top. Okay, but we still have a few changes. Amazon Dingo got fourth place right now, so things can still change. Okay, Class Bunny and Perry Wildcat are like 3,000 points and above. The rest are 2,000 points, but I think you guys can still make the jump. Okay, and wow, we have Classy Bunny, highest streak of 4 correct answers. That's nice. Congrats to you guys. Okay, now let's look at the next question. Question number 6. Okay, this one will be a different question altogether. Thank you so much for sharing the live, guys. Really appreciate it. Okay, question 6. Now we are asked to find the median time for group A. Alright, so this is a stem and leaf diagram. Okay, the data is about the times taken, okay, for 2 groups of students to actually complete a puzzle. Okay, so there are 2 parts to this stem and leaf diagram, the left and the right. Okay, your job is to find out what's the median, not for group B, but for group A. Okay, so go and find the median for group A. Okay, maybe you want to start off by finding the middle position first. Once you're done with the middle position, then you can proceed to find the median. Hi Sheng Wen, good to see you again. You were around last week, right, if I remember correctly? Still can join. We got about, I think, 6 more questions left. Yeah, this is question 6. Yeah, another 5 questions left after this. Yeah, alright, so we have the correct answer is the blue one. Alright, let's see any changes to the leaderboard. Wow, Gentle Urchin is rising up. Perry Wildcat got it right again. So the person, this student is actually rising up again. Alright, that's nice. We still have 5 more questions. If you haven't joined us, you can still join us. The game pin is 54809. 54809. Okay, so those of you who are here, you can still join us. We still have 5 more questions after this. Okay, let's get ready for the next question. Yes, hi Kairunisa. Okay, let's jump to the next question. Okay, we're moving on to question number 7. We're asked to find the interquartile range of group B. Alright, so you got to proceed to find your upper quartile and lower quartile. Oh, Kairunisa, we are actually doing a revision for our O level students to help them prepare for their WA2. Yep, so we are covering some questions on the topics like statistics, probability, and also what else? Set notation. Yeah, these 3 topics. Set notation, probability, and statistics. Are you a Sec 4 student, Nisa? Okay, you have to probably go and find your upper quartile first, find your lower quartile, and then find your interquartile range. Okay, so this one will take you a bit of time. Okay, so do it carefully, and then we'll go through, and then yeah, we will be sharing your answers very soon. Okay, now be careful lah. We're asking for group B, so look at the right side, not the left side. Okay, Nice. So we have the correct answer is the green one. Okay, again I'll explain to you how we get this answer in a while. Okay, let's look at the leaderboard. Okay, not much changes there. We have Champion Octopus rising up to the 5th position. Perry Wildcat is still first. Not sure whether he or she got it right, because it seems like there's no changes to the marks. Okay, but yeah, so there's still chance for you to actually change the position, because we still have about 5 more questions. Okay, 4 to 5 more questions. Okay, moving on to the next question. Question 9, guys. Okay, they were asking you here, is IQR or SD a better representation of the spread of data for group B? Okay, so still the same story there, still the same context. Okay, question is asking you if IQR, interquartile range, is better or standard deviation is better as to measure the spread of data for group B. Okay, so look at it carefully. Notice that I want you guys to study the data of group B and then decide which is a better one to use to represent the spread of data. Okay, the correct one is actually the red one. Okay, and I'll explain to you why in a while. Okay, the red one is the correct one. Okay, so later on, once we're done with all the questions in the Kahoot, then we'll go through the answers. Okay, we'll do some explanation there. Okay, let's look at the leaderboard. Any changes there? Okay, so we have Champion Octopus now as number 4. What happened to the top? Suddenly there's no changes to the marks. Okay, probably they didn't get it right, but it's fine, we can still try. Okay, let's look at the next one, question 10, guys. Question 9, sorry. Okay, okay, so the graph below shows the birth rate of per thousand population, right? Of a certain country from 2070 to 2020. Now the question is asking you, explain why the graph may be misleading. Okay, so which one do you think is the correct answer? There's actually more than one correct answer here. Yeah, actually 2 of the options there are correct. Okay, which one is the correct one? You guys got to decide. Okay, is it because the babies look scary? So we got 9 people choosing the red and the blue. That's interesting. Yeah, it's actually the yellow one or the green one. I'll explain to you in a while why it's the yellow one or the green one. Okay, but definitely not the red or the blue one. Okay, so I think some of you I don't know, seriously, or yeah, okay, good. Now finally, okay, so some of you so finally there's some changes to the scores at the top. All right, so Perry Wildcat is still first. Now let's move on to the next question. We still have 2 more questions to go. Okay, so not much opportunity left. Okay, only 2 more questions to go, guys. So make sure that the last 2 questions you do it well. Okay, so let's look at the next one. Second last question, question 10. Okay, so a class took a science test and a history test. Now this is a box and whisker plot. Okay, it shows you the results of the class for science and history. Okay, so bear in mind that this box and whisker plot that they are showing you here is not Oliver's results, but rather the results of the class. Okay, now Oliver scored 78 marks for both history and science. Okay, so both tests he scored the same marks, 78 marks. Now we are asked to explain whether Oliver did better for history or for science. So which is the correct explanation here? Did he do better for science? And you've got to explain why. Did he do better for history? You've got to explain why as well. Okay, the correct answer is the blue one. Okay, we'll leave the explanation for later. Okay, in just a few more minutes, I'll explain to you. Okay, so let's take a look at the last question. Okay, before that, let's look at the leaderboard. Any changes there? Wow. Okay, so Perry Wildcat and Diplomat Leopard are the top 2. Then at the bottom we have a few others. Wow, Smiling Goose from nowhere suddenly came into the picture. Alright, so let's take a look at the last question. Are you guys ready for the last question? Okay, this one is your last chance to win the Kahoot challenge. Okay, but never mind, whether you win or not, the idea is to actually revise, learn and revise along the way. Okay, last question guys, before we move on to the solutions. Okay, this is a probability question. You have two students born in the month of May. May has 31 days. The May is made up of 31 days. You're asked to find the probability that these two students, right, have their birthdays on different days. Okay, they are both born in May, but you are asked to find the probability that these two students have their birthdays on different days in the month of May. Okay, yeah. So which one of these answers are correct? Okay, so these two students, we know that definitely they are born in May, and you're asked to find the probability that these two students have birthdays on different days. Okay, bear in mind that May is made up of 31 days, not 30. Okay, last question. After this, no more already. So please get this right. Okay, if you are aiming for the top spot. Okay, the correct answer is actually the green one. Sorry, the yellow one. The yellow one is the correct one. But a lot of you gave the green one as the answer, and I think I know why. Okay, I'll explain to you in a while. But okay, so we've completed all our 11 questions. Let's take a look at who won this Kahoot challenge. Okay, because the winner of this Kahoot challenge will be posting out the $10 popular voucher to you. Okay, very soon. Okay. So yeah, before we go there, let's this is just an offer for you guys. If let's say you don't have tuition, or if you have tuition but you want to consider another one, then do join us for a free trial. Okay, there's no obligations. You're free to actually just join us and then go through the lesson, and then if you're not happy, you don't have to join, you don't have to sign up. But if you enjoy the lesson, you like it, and you think it's going to be helpful, you are free to actually join us, okay, on a long-term basis. All right, so hi, thank you for following us. We have Kahoot sessions actually every Sunday for O levels around this time, 4:30 to 5:30. PSLE Kahoot will be on Tuesdays 6 p.m. and P5 Maths would be on Wednesday 6 p.m. Yeah, so you are free. You can always join us for these Kahoot sessions. Which level are you in, by the way? Are you a student? Okay, let's look at the leaderboard. I think a lot of you are waiting for the leaders board to appear. Okay, let's take a look at the podium. Okay, in position number 3, we have Smiling Goose. Not bad, good. Okay, we have Diplomat Leopard at second position, and in the first position, okay, this person I think has been, Perry Wildcat has been there all the while. Since question number 3 onwards, Perry Wildcat has been first all the way until the end. All right, so congratulations to you, Perry Wildcat. We just ended the Kahoot. We just ended the Kahoot. Now we are going to actually go through the answers, so you can stay tuned to actually listen up to the explanations. Okay, who's Perry Wildcat? Because I need you to actually take a screenshot of this screen. Okay, and then I'll be showing you the QR code for you to scan and enter your details so that we can send to you the vouchers via mail. Okay, so to the winner of this Kahoot challenge, the Perry Wildcat, can you take a screenshot of this screen? Maybe you want to declare yourself in the chat. Okay, have you taken a screenshot? Okay, and then can you, okay, this is only for the winner. If you don't win, just hold on for a moment. Okay, so on Lovey, that's a good attempt actually. Nice. I don't know your name, you have a question mark there. Okay, so can you, to the winner or the Perry Wildcat, right, can you scan this QR code here, then enter your details so that we are able to send you the Kahoot, the popular voucher, the $10 popular voucher. Hi YX, thank you so much for sharing the live. Okay, Perry Wildcat, can I go to the explanation? Okay, congratulations Perry Wildcat. Okay, you deserve it. Yeah, the questions here are actually quite challenging for some, especially the explanation ones. Okay, so for those of you who are wondering why are the answers like that, right? So let's go through the answers together. Okay, so let's start off with question 1. Okay, now in question 1, right, you're told that there are 5 integers and the mean of these integers is 16. Okay, so let's work with the different information bit by bit. Okay, I'll start off with the mean first. The mean is 16, right? So from the mean, knowing that the mean is 16, I can actually find the total sum of these numbers, right? Because there are 5 integers and the mean is 16, so that allows me to find the sum of all these 5 integers simply by taking 16 times 5. Thank you so much guys for sharing the live, really appreciate it. Okay, alright, so this will give us 80. So I know that the sum of these 5 numbers, right, will add up to 80. Okay, so that's one piece of information that we have. Okay, now moving on to the mode. The mode is 13. Now what does that mean? It means that I know that within these 5 numbers, there must be at least 2 13s, at least 2. It might be 3, it might be more, but minimum must have 2. Cannot be only 1. Okay, so I know that there must be at least 2 13s. Okay, so that's what the mode tells us. Okay, and finally the range. Okay, the range is 7, right? Now what does it tell us? It tells us that the maximum minus the minimum is actually 7. Okay, so yeah, so the mean gives us the sum. The mode gives us it tells us that, you know, you have 13 as the most frequent number, which means that it must appear at least 2 times. Okay, and then you have the range, which is 7. So that tells us that maximum minus minimum is 7. Okay, so what I can do, right, is I can actually, you know, just put in 5 blanks there. Okay, and put in what we know. Now, we know that there are 2 13s, right? Okay, and we know that the mean is 16. So that's the average. The mean is 16. So 13 must be one of the smaller ones. Let's see if it's possible to put 13 as the first 2 numbers. Okay. Now, and then we also know that if 13 is the smallest number, if this is the minimum, then the maximum must be greater by 7, right? Because the range is 7. So the maximum must be greater by 7, which means that this must be 20. Okay, so now that we know that the sum is 80, the sum of all these 5 numbers is 80. If you take 80 minus 13 minus 20, right? Okay, if I were to take 80 minus 20 minus 13 minus 13, this will give me, let me see, 46, 34. Okay, which tells us, right, that the sum of these 2 numbers must be 34. Okay, now is it possible that I can split them up 17, 17? Would this be okay? This was one of the options that we had, right? 17, 17 just now. Okay, can we have 17, 17? Answer is no, you can't have 17, 17 because of the fact that if these 2 numbers are 17, then 17 would also be considered as one of the modes. In other words, you have 13 and 17 as your modes. Okay, so we don't want that. So what we do is we have to probably reduce this by 1 and raise this by 1. Okay, so this is one possibility that you can have. This is one of the answers. Okay, or you can also have another possible answer, right, is 13, 13, 15, 19, 20. Okay, so this is another possible answer that you can have. Yeah, that will actually fulfill all the 3 conditions there. The mean will still be 16, the mode will be 13, and the range will be 7. Okay? Can? Alright, so that's for question number 1. Let's move on to question number 2. Okay, now you're asked to describe the set notation here. I think this is actually not that difficult because I think when you guys look at the unshaded region, that is the region that you guys are familiar with, right? That is the region of A union B, correct? This is the unshaded part. So if you're looking at the shaded part, then the answer would have to be the complement of that. So you can write your answer like this, A union B complement. Okay, or you can also write your answer is actually equivalent to A complement intersect B complement. Okay, so it's either one of these two. All right. So these are one of your two possible answers that you can have. Okay, but I think in the Kahoot challenge just now I only gave this option here. I didn't give this one. Yeah, but in essence, in exams you can write either one is fine. Okay, now let's move on to question number 3. Now in question number 3, you asked to list the elements of P complement. Now before that, let's start off by writing down the numbers, the prime numbers, okay, that exist in the universal set. So we're looking at 3, we're looking at 5, 7, 11, okay, and I think that's all right. Okay, yeah, 13 is a prime number, but 13 is not in the universal set, so we cannot include 13. Okay, so these are your only prime numbers that lies from 3 to 12. Okay, now the factors of 20 are, so 1 and 2 are factors of 20 but not found inside the universal set, so cannot include them. So this will just be your 4, 5 and 10. Okay, 1 and 2 are factors of 30, but remember it's not within the universal set. Universal set starts from 3, so we won't include 1 and 2. Okay, and then we're asked to list the elements of P complement intersect Q. So we're looking at elements that are outside of P. Okay, intersect translates to an N inside of Q. Okay, so for it to be outside of P and inside of Q, I will be looking at the elements of Q first and asking myself, are they also outside of P? So 4 is inside Q, right? And it's not found inside P. So 4 can be one of our answers there. 5 is inside of Q, but it's also inside of P. So this doesn't fulfill the condition here. 10, yes, inside of Q and not inside of P. So this will also be, this one also fulfills the condition. So therefore, I can say that the elements of P intersect Q are just those two elements there. We have 4 and 10. Okay, so these are the only two elements of this set here. Okay, questions to ask? If not, let's move on to the next question. Okay, question number 4, we're supposed to list down the elements here, but let's quickly do the elements of A and B. Let's just list down the elements of A and B, sorry. So the elements of set A would be 2, 3, okay, all the prime numbers are from 1 to 20, that's actually quite a lot. Okay, so we have 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17 and 19. These are all the prime numbers from 1 to 20. Now take note, 1 is not a prime number. Okay, so from 2 to 19, these are from 1 to 20, these are all your prime numbers. Factors of 15, okay, we are looking at 1, 3, 5, 15. Okay, these are your factors of 15. Okay, now we are asked to actually use one of these symbols to actually represent to complete the statement, right? Now for the first one, part A, 8 is, okay, we're looking at the element, 8 is an element definitely, and A is a set. Okay, so we're looking at, must either be one of these two. It's either an element of or not an element of. This is an element of, right? Whereas this one is not an element of. Okay, the others wouldn't actually be possible because in the context of element with a set, it must be one of these two. Okay, so as you can see in the set A, there isn't any 8. So we will actually, this tells us that 8 is actually not an element of this set. So we're going to use the second one there. Okay, we will write the symbol there with the slash. Okay, so this means that 8 is not an element of the set A because I think you can see from the set above, right? You don't see 8 within that set. So 8 is not one of them. Okay, now let's move on to the next part, part B. The set containing the element 15 and the set B. Okay, so if you look at 15 and the set B, right? you see 15 inside the set. So this is actually a case of a proper subset. Okay, so this will actually be just the subset symbol. Okay, thank you so much, Lid, for sharing the live. Are you a student, Lid? Which school are you from? Okay, let's move on to the next one, question 5. Okay, let's move on to question number 5. Now, in this case, we're asked to find the median for group A. Now, if you count, right, how many, the number of elements that we have, because the question didn't tell us, so you got to go do your own count. Now, you count one by one, count everything, right, you would have 9 data points for group A. Now, these 9 data points, right, would mean that to find the middle position, I would first have to take n plus 1 divided by 2. So, since there are 9 data points for set A, I would add 1 and then divide by 2. This is to find the middle position. Okay, I'll get 5. Okay, so the 5th position is my middle position. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So the 5th position, right? Okay, doesn't matter where you count from. You count from the top or count from the bottom, you will get 51. So that makes 51 your median. Okay, and the units will be in minutes. Okay, so 51 minutes is your median timing. Okay, yeah, which means half of them have a timing of 51 and below, another half would be 51 and above. Okay, now moving on to interquartile range. Now, interquartile range refers to the difference in your upper and lower quartile. Okay, your Q1 and your Q3. Let's find our Q1 first. Okay, our Q1, right? Now, how do we find Q1? Okay, so let's look at B. Maybe I write down better. Okay, so we got 31, 31. Okay, 42, 45. This is to help you see better. Actually, you don't have to do this if you can see it from the stem and leaf diagram above. Okay, so we have, wait, I missed out one point. Oh yeah, 96 as well. There should be 9 data points, right? 31, 31, 42, 45, 54, 2 of them, 61, 62, and 96. Okay, so I want to find the interquartile range. Now, I know that this is my median, right? My 5th position, similar to what we had earlier. So now the bottom half is this set of data points here, and the lower quartile would be somewhere between 31 and 42. That would be my Q1, sorry. That would be my lower quartile. Okay, so my Q1 will actually be the average of 31 and 42. Okay, so this, I divide by 2, this will give me 36.5. Okay, so that's my lower quartile. Okay, it's the median, the lower quartile is actually the median of your lower half. Okay, and then you have your upper quartile, which is just the median of your upper half. Okay, so Q3 would be between 61 and 62. That will be your Q3. Okay, so the average of 61 and 62 is just 61.5. Sorry, divide by 2. Okay, so to find interquartile range, we just take the difference of your upper quartile and your lower quartile, and that's how we arrive to the answer of 25. Okay, that's how we do part B. Okay, now moving on to part C. Okay, this is the part where just now they were asking, right? Is interquartile range or SD a better representation for the spread of data? Okay, the correct answer is actually interquartile range, and let me explain to you why. Okay, IQR is actually better. Okay, because if you think about it, right, IQR takes the difference between your Q3 and your Q1. Okay, you're looking at the difference between your Q3 and your Q1 here. So because of that, right, because you're looking at the difference of your Q3 and your Q1, we would actually exclude those what we call outliers. Now, if you observe, right, that this is like a cluster of data. This is what we call a cluster. And then this 96 is on its own. Okay, so this 96 is on its own. So this is an outlier. So we will leave this out. Alright, so we will leave this out. Okay, and then that's why interquartile range makes a better measure of the spread of data rather than as standard deviation, because standard deviation in our calculation would also include the outlier, and that's why our outlier will be affected and our calculation will be affected. Okay, so we would actually use interquartile range because that would exclude all our outliers. Alright, can? Okay, so so that marks the end of the live stream today. So yep, I'll see you guys next week. Alright, take care everyone. Bye bye.